At 5:17 a.m., the phone rang. No greeting, no small talk. A bank representative said one sentence: "Your credit line has been frozen, effective immediately." Michael didn't argue. He couldn't, because he already knew what that meant. Payroll was in 12 days, and without that credit line, the business didn't have 12 days. Here's the uncomfortable part. Michael's company wasn't failing. It was profitable. It was growing. It looked stable. And still, it nearly collapsed. So what actually happened? And why does this happen to people who seem to be doing everything right? Michael ran a mid-sized manufacturing company supplying parts to construction contractors across 3 regions. Not a tech startup, not a flashy brand, a quiet business. Steady clients, real machines, real inventory, real salaries, 40 employees, regular invoices, predictable demand. For years, the company was stable, and stability does something dangerous. It makes you believe tomorrow will behave. The first warning didn't feel like a warning. A large client paid 2 weeks late. Then another asked for longer payment terms. Material costs rose by a few percent. Shipping costs climbed quietly. Nothing dramatic, just small numbers moving in the wrong direction. Michael noticed and ignored it because orders were still coming in, and when orders keep coming, you stop fearing risk. Here's the first question. If the factory is running and revenue is rising, how can the business be in danger? The answer is timing. A company can be profitable and still run out of cash. Profit is a number on paper. Cash is oxygen. And oxygen is about when it arrives, not how much exists in theory. That's where Michael's real mistake began. A bigger contract landed on his desk. More volume, a chance to grow fast, a chance to lock in market share. But there was a trade. Thinner margins, longer payment terms, faster delivery. Michael told himself the most common lie in business: growth will solve it. So he said yes. To fulfill the contract, he needed more capacity, new machines, more raw materials, more staff, more trucks. He borrowed to scale. The bank approved quickly because on paper, the business looked healthy. And this is where the story turns. Debt is not dangerous when cash arrives on time. Debt becomes deadly when cash arrives late. For a few weeks, everything looked like success. More orders, more shipments, more revenue. From the outside, the company looked unstoppable. Inside, cash flow tightened like a rope. Invoices went out, but payments started arriving later than expected. One invoice slipped, then another, then a third. Michael did what most owners do first. He worked harder. He called clients. He chased payments. He negotiated with suppliers. He cut small expenses. He told himself it was temporary. Then fuel costs spiked again, and suppliers changed their tone. Cash on delivery. Now the business had a new problem. Even with orders, even with profit, it couldn't move without cash, and cash wasn't arriving fast enough. Here's the third question. Why didn't Michael see it earlier? Because the business was busy. Busy hides the truth. Busy makes you feel safe. Then the week arrived that changed everything. Payroll was approaching. Michael opened his banking app in the morning and again at night. The number kept falling, not falling slowly, falling like a countdown. He told himself one payment would fix it, one large invoice, one client. But that payment didn't come. Instead, the bank called. They didn't ask how he was doing. They reviewed exposure. Late payments, rising costs, more debt, higher risk, and they froze the credit line. The line the company depended on to survive the timing gap. That's the moment the phone rang. That's the moment the business stopped breathing. Michael had 12 days. 12 days before people wouldn't get paid. And when people don't get paid, a business doesn't just lose money, it loses trust. Now the story stops being about finance. It becomes about pressure. Michael stopped sleeping, not because he feared bankruptcy, because he feared responsibility. 40 employees, 40 households. He could picture their rent, their groceries, their kids, and he had to decide which pain is smaller. Do you cut jobs now, or do you keep everyone and risk losing everyone later? Here's what people don't say out loud. The hardest decisions in business are not about numbers, they are about people. At this point, most stories introduce a miracle, a rescue investor, a surprise loan. That's not what happened. What happened was math. Michael looked at the biggest contract again, the one that made revenue look high, the one that forced him to borrow, the one that paid late. The contract looked like growth, but it behaved like poison. So he did the one thing that felt impossible. He canceled it. He walked away from the biggest deal he had ever signed. From the outside, it looked like failure. Inside, it was the first move toward survival. Next, he sold equipment. He reduced inventory. He cut every cost that wasn't essential to keeping the core alive. And yes, he reduced staff. Not because he wanted to, because the alternative was losing everyone. Revenue dropped, the factory got quieter, the business got smaller, but cash flow stabilized. For the first time in months, the company could breathe. Michael didn't become richer, he became solvent. He didn't build an empire, he kept a real business alive. Smaller, slower, more controlled. And this is where the story ends realistically, not with celebration, with a warning that destroys companies every year. Growth is not safety, profit is not cash, and confidence can be a trap. Michael's company nearly collapsed while it still looked successful because timing turned against him, because one good contract changed the rhythm of money, and money is unforgiving when the rhythm breaks. Most financial disasters don't start with failure, they start with confidence. And if this feels too close, that's the point. It doesn't require a bad person, it doesn't require a stupid person. It only requires one moment where success makes you stop checking the clock.